I'm Shirley. Now look at next on Eyewitness News. We are following breaking news on the Americans kidnapped in Mexico. 2 of them have been found dead. And the push for new safety standards following another lithium-ion battery fire.
This is New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News with David Navarro and Shirley Nalikat and Sam Champion with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News at noon.
Breaking news, 2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped at gunpoint in Mexico last week have been discovered dead.
And Mayor Adams unveiling a new plan to handle the surge of migrants seeking asylum in New York City. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
I'm Shirley Nalikat. Breaking news, 2 Americans kidnapped in Mexico have been found dead. 2 are alive. The group crossed into Mexico on Friday. 1 of the 2 found alive is injured. All of this, according to Mexico's president.
ABC's M. Wynn, following the latest, joins us live from Washington, D.C. M.
David, Charlene, the Mexican government, which has been working with the U.S., says emergency medical services and security are responding to the situation now.
And now to Mayor Adams' new plan for the surge of migrants pouring into New York City. The mayor just announced he is creating an office of asylum seeker operations to coordinate the care and support. The city also opening a 24/7 arrival center. The mayor's plan also outlines new strategies to help asylum seekers find jobs. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim live in Lower Manhattan with the very latest. Stefan.
Well, David, nearly 50,000 asylum seekers have gone through the system since last spring. More than 30,000 are now currently in the city's care. So the mayor is unveiling what he's calling the road forward, a move from an emergency response to a steady response. Reporting live at City Hall, Stefan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Stefan, thank you. Right now, closing arguments are underway in the penalty phase of the West Side truck terror trial. The jury will then deliberate whether Sayfullo Saipov should get the death penalty for the attack in 2017 that killed 8 people. Federal prosecutors say a short while ago that Saipov is a proud terrorist who deserves the death penalty. As Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller shows us, it would be the first death sentence in New York in generations.
Now, the NYPD was expecting to meet with rapper Travis Scott today, but so far they say they haven't heard from him. The meeting over an alleged assault at a nightclub last week. The Houston rapper's representatives have been in talks with police department to be interviewed. A sound engineer at Club Nebula in Midtown claims Scott punched him in the face and damaged about $12,000 worth of audio equipment after he asked him to turn down the volume.
Today, Angela Polina, the fiancée of the father convicted for the murder of his autistic son, could take the stand for Thomas's death. A judge sentenced former New York City police officer Michael Valva to 25 years to life for the murder of his 8-year-old son. Polina's attorney said she will be the only witness that he calls. Thomas and his brother were forced to sleep in the frigid garage as temperatures outside plummeted to 19 degrees. Thomas froze to death. After the prosecution cross-examination, the cross-examination of Polina, closing arguments will follow, and then the jury will deliberate.
Right now, the search is on for a gunman linked to 4 robberies in 3 boroughs. The crime spree turned deadly when one man pistol-whipped a worker at an Upper East Side bodega on Friday night. Police released new video of the robber in a white protective suit. It was the same suit spotted in a different robbery in Brooklyn 2 days earlier, and in that case, the man robbed the Greenpoint Deli and a customer at gunpoint. In the deadly Upper East Side incident, investigators believe there was a struggle inside the deli.
He was being pistol whipped. We do have an injury to his left hand, which could indicate the fact that he put his hand up, tried to defend himself, and the gun may have went off then.
Authorities having trouble identifying the suspect because the person is covered up from head to toe, as you can see. But they do have this picture of his face. The NYPD United Bodegas of America offering a combined award of $15,000 for information leading to an arrest.
Tonight, a prayer service and rally will be held days after a deadly police-involved shooting in Paterson, New Jersey. It happened Friday afternoon near the intersection of Mill Street and McBride Avenue. Najee Seabrooks was wounded and taken to local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police have not released the circumstances that led up to that shooting. Paterson's new police chief was sworn in just a few hours before that shooting.
A police officer is being hailed a hero for helping save a family's home from a fire in Rockland County. Ramapo police say an officer was on his way to another call last night when he spotted a home engulfed in flames on Trinity Avenue in Hillcrest. The officer put in an emergency call, and Hillcrest firefighters arrived within moments. The fire limited to the garage, and firefighters were able to keep the flames flames from spreading. 77 family members inside the home made it out safely. And officers in Suffolk County jumped into action after a man suffering a medical condition drove his pickup into the water in Patchogue. Pictures show the black vehicle submerged up to the door. Officer responded and rescued the man, who thankfully only suffered minor injuries.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at noon, the new push to prevent fires caused by lithium-ion batteries.
And a frightening mid-air attack. A passenger tries to open a door on a flight and turns a spoon into a weapon. How he was stopped.
And a woman in Queens reacts to the news that her attackers are under arrest.
Where that snow is sticking this morning, it's anywhere from 1/10 of an inch officially in the park to almost 3 to 4 inches in the western edge of New Jersey, just before Pennsylvania. So what's it like the rest of the day today? There's gorgeous sunshine out right now, but the temperatures really haven't delivered much warmth. We're going into the 40s. It's going to stay fairly cool as the winds pick up, and your complete forecast is coming up, so stay with us.
Lights, camera, Oscars. It's Hollywood's biggest night. ABC-7 brings you every moment. Live coverage kicks off on the red carpet at 1, followed by Eyewitness News before we're back on the red carpet for all the star-studded glamour. Then the main event, the Oscars, with Jimmy Kimmel back as host, followed by Eyewitness News, and the party doesn't stop there. Hollywood's biggest night means an epic morning. Wake up with Eyewitness News, GMA, then Kelly and Ryan's After Oscar show at 9. The Oscars Sunday. Live coverage starts at 1, only on ABC-7.
Welcome back. New at noon, the Biden administration sues to block a multi-billion-dollar airline merger. A lawsuit from the Justice Department aims to stop JetBlue's $3.8 billion acquisition of Spirit Airlines. The department says a takeover would reduce competition in the travel market and drive up airfares for consumers. This is the first time in 20 years that the government has sought to block an airline merger.
Massive house fire in New Jersey left one person dead. Firefighters rushing to the home in Little Leg Harbor Township yesterday afternoon. When they got there, flames could be seen tearing through the home in Harvest Way. Crews sifting through the scene found the body of a man in the wreckage. The victim has not been identified yet. Fire crews are still working to pinpoint what sparked the flames.
A hate-filled attack in Queens, and now the victim is speaking out after 2 suspects were charged in the attack on her son and herself as well in Queens. Police arrested 2 of 3 people in the incident on Junction Boulevard and Roosevelt Avenue in Corona last week. The NYPD says 18-year-old Natalie Plaza and her 21-year-old boyfriend Elijah Fernandez got out of an SUV, shouted anti-Asian slurs, and attacked the mother and son. The mother suffered a concussion and her son ended up with a skull fracture.
They were saying ugly first, ugly Asians. They tried to kept screaming at us and taunting us. I can't even sleep. It's traumatizing.
The mother tells us she is planning a rally later this week against violence and hate crimes. Police are still searching for a 3rd suspect in the attack.
Well, a new video from the NYPD focuses on the vandals who defaced the statue of Christopher Columbus in Central Park last month. It happened on February 26, and you can see this one person there spray painting the words "murderer" and "give us our land back" scrolled right there on the statue. Police asking for help to find them.
Former President Trump spokesperson Hope Hicks met with Manhattan prosecutors regarding hush money payments made to women. Hicks and her lawyers spent several hours inside the Manhattan District Attorney's office yesterday. They declined to comment on what was discussed. Hicks was previously questioned by federal prosecutors in a similar case. She served as the president's campaign press secretary and later as his White House communications director.
Well, calling all Connecticut residents, now is the time to make your voice heard when it comes to the state's symbols. The legislature now considering some naming opportunities for one, the state's dog, the state's food, the state's hero, and state's candy. Even the governor's weighing in.
First of all, state food, I'm with the majority there, pizza. I know New Jersey takes offense. They keep talking about their great pizza. I keep telling Phil Murphy, I've never heard of Monmouth Pizza, but I've sure as heck have heard of Mystic Pizza.
Zing.
Wow.
Some other things Connecticut has already named include the state polka. Did you know there was a polka? It's called the ballroom polka. And the state fish, which is the American shad.
Notice that he didn't call out New York. He chose just to call out New Jersey.
You know, the pizza's good in all 3
He
states.
knew
So there you
he
go.
didn't want it.
That would be try.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at noon, the lawsuit against some major beauty brands over allegations Their chemical hair straightening products cause certain kinds of cancer.
And is the box office back? We'll show you the new numbers that indicate movie fans are returning to the movie theaters.
Taking a live look outside, 42 degrees out there right now. Sam Champion is going to be up next with your exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Wake up.
Eyewitness News tomorrow on Channel 7.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. In stock and delivered in 3 days or less.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Alicia? ABC-7 thanks you for helping to protect our children.
Wow. Messy night.
Yeah.
Messy morning.
Yeah.
Almost as if nothing has happened.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, how are we doing so far? I mean, I know we've gotten started rough, but this is, I mean, if you just vote and gauge me on what's going on out there, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, let's start here. Here's what's going on. Forget everything.
Nobody argued with you.
I love it. Our skies are great right now. They really are. That beautiful kind of winter blue that we get. Now, I do have a little issue with the temperatures, and here's why. We're 44 degrees. Normal's 47. We're not going too far up today. We may just kind of park it here for a little bit. So that's not really good. And then we've got a little bit of a wind chill as well. So that west-northwest wind has already picked up to about 10 miles per hour. It'll be there for a while this afternoon and probably pick up just a little bit more. We're 42 degrees in the Melrose section, 44 in City Field. Hey, Woodhaven, we're about 46 degrees. Smithtown's about 44 right now. So is the Jersey Shore. Newark's showing off just a little bit at about 47 degrees. So the few clouds that are out there right now, particularly in Nassau and Suffolk County, now some of that is making it from Fairfield County across the water. There's not much action there at all. As a matter of fact, it is beautiful and dry. But early this morning, look at that, almost 2 inches or 1.5 inches in Sparta, 2.5, and I saw some 3 to 4 inch marks right here, right along all those dots in Pennsylvania into the western part of New Jersey. And meanwhile, on the Jersey Shore, as much of it as 1 inch in Asbury Park. So that Central Park snow amount, official right there, just at 1/10, a little dusting, if you will. But western New Jersey, I know you did better. 29 degrees tomorrow, partly cloudy, stays a little bit breezy. And as far as the clouds and sunshine go, with a little bit of a gusty wind, 48 degrees tomorrow. Again, it's right on the normal mark, but because that wind will make those wind chills feel a little cooler, I'm going to still call it a chilly day tomorrow. It stays a little breezy on Thursday as well.
Still a warm coat day.
Yeah. You know, definitely bundle before you step outside because it'll catch you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good deal.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at noon, a truck on a rampage. The big rig that became a one-vehicle wrecking crew.
Plus, lost and found, the bizarre story of the alligator that was stolen 2 decades ago and has now been returned.
Next Jeopardy!
The last of our 3 semifinal games in the high school reunion tournament.
It's win or go home.
Who will become our 3rd finalist?
Next Jeopardy! Watch Jeopardy tonight at 7 on Channel 7.
I'm going to pretend I'm on the show. Let's go, let's go!
Chef Richard plays a next-level chef winner, Pia Desping. Next, Rachel.
Today, too, right here on ABC-7.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News at noon, the new legislation introduced today to prevent fires sparked by lithium-ion batteries.
And a recent string of air travel scares, both in the air and on the tarmac. Those stories and more when Eyewitness News returns on all our platforms, including Hulu Live TV.
7 on your side fights for you.
Where are you stealing this money?
So when you need help, call, email, or reach out on social media, because Channel 7 is always on your side. Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And we continue to follow the breaking news. 2 Americans kidnapped in Mexico have been found dead. 2 are alive. The group crossed into Mexico on Friday. 1 of the 2 found alive is injured. Mexico's president also announcing 1 person has been arrested in connection to the kidnapping.
Mayor Adams announced a new plan for the surge of migrants pouring into New York City. The mayor is creating an Office of Asylum Seeker Operations to coordinate their care and support. The city is also opening a 24/7 arrival center. The mayor's plan also outlines new strategies to help asylum seekers find jobs.
And the NYPD still waiting to meet with rapper Travis Scott today. The meeting is over an alleged assault at a nightclub last week. A sound engineer at Club Nebula Midtown claims Scott punched him in the face and damaged about $12,000 worth of of audio equipment after he asked him to turn down the volume.
New at noon, Congressman Richie Torres introduced new legislation in an effort to prevent fires sparked by lithium-ion batteries. The massive fire that destroyed a building in the Bronx over the weekend was sparked by a battery on an e-bike. So far this year, the FDNY reports the batteries have been linked to 33 fires caused by lithium-ion batteries. 42 people were injured and 2 people have died. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon joins us from Fordham Heights in the Bronx, where the legislation was just introduced. Hi, Sonia.
Charlene, good afternoon. Lithium-ion batteries are now the 3rd leading cause of fires in New York City, according to the FDNY, right behind smoking and open flame. You mentioned 33 so far this year. That includes the fire at the supermarket on Sunday that did extensive damage and caused injuries. 33 is about 4 times as many lithium-ion battery fires as the FDNY had seen this time last year. Now, Congressman Richie Torres says these fires are not started by batteries that are used and manufactured safely. But right now, there is barely any incentive for manufacturers to ensure they are safe. Live in Fordham Heights, Sonia Rincon, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sonia. Turning to the weather, the rain and light snow from this morning in our area has moved out, and now the sun is shining brightly over the area. Sam Champion joining us now with an update on the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah, David, normally in a winter season, we would have had so many of these little clipper systems like we had overnight, but we just haven't had them. So to us right now, it feels a little unusual to have had that snow move in so quickly, then move out. But they're small little systems that are fast moving. And now we're left with a completely dry sky in the area. What will happen this afternoon, as you and I make our plans together for the rest of the day, is a little bit of a gusty wind. So right now, within the last hour, that wind has been anywhere from 10 to 12 miles per hour in general around the area. But it's going to pick up a little bit, and I think we'll probably see a wind gust up to 20, 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour in the eastern end of the area. But as we go through the day, the temperatures barely do anything now. So over the next couple of hours, we're where we are temperature-wise, but that wind chill will catch up with us and drop down into the 30s. Take a quick look at a partly cloudy sky, but we'll have a nice bright start by the time we get up and ready to get at it tomorrow morning. The 7-day plan offers up just one system we've got to look carefully at by the time we get toward the weekend. Guys?
All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Sam. Now to the latest on a series of terrifying air travel scares. A man was arrested midair after allegedly trying to open an emergency door and stabbing a flight attendant. This comes after close calls on the tarmac, including 2 planes clipping wings in Boston. ABC's Rena Roy has the very latest.
Well, still ahead on Eyewitness News at noon, the lawsuit against major beauty brands over allegations the chemical hair straightening products cause uterine cancer.
And how Weight Watchers made a move into the diabetes drug business. We are joined by ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton. Still ahead. Welcome back. Major beauty brands face a federal lawsuit over allegations hair straightening products caused uterine cancer. 35 attorneys, including Benjamin Crump, have been appointed to take action on behalf of the women seeking damages in the case. The lawsuit claims L'Oreal and other beauty companies sold hair products that cause cancer and other health problems. According to a study, those who used relaxers 4 or more times a year are more than twice as likely to develop uterine cancer compared to those who did not.
Relaxer manufacturers didn't care that this 55-year-old Black woman in Alabama may never get to see her grandchildren graduate from high school.
Though the cancer is rare, Black women have been found to develop it at a much higher rate than women of other races.
Turning to more health news that we're following, we're joined by ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton.
Good afternoon, and thank you.
Thank you, Darian.
Absolutely.
Such important topics to cover. Always great to have you on the newscast. Dr. Darian Sutton.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. Still ahead on Eyewitness News at noon, the increase in moviegoers this year as we count down to the Oscars.
And let's take another live look outside, because who doesn't love the sun? Sam Champion with an update in the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Anasia? ABC-7 thanks you for helping to protect our children.
Well, as we count down to Sunday's Oscars, we are seeing an encouraging trend for filmmakers and theaters. Box office sales show that moviegoers are heading back to the big screen.
Yes, but at the same time, many still prefer to stream their favorite film at home. ABC's Melissa Adon has more.
And stay with Channel 7 for a special lineup next Sunday. We kick things off at 1 p.m. with a countdown to the Oscars. Then there's a special edition of World News Tonight at 4:30 p.m., followed by Eyewitness News at 5. Then On the Red Carpet Live at 5:30.
At 6:30, it's the Oscars pre-show. The main event begins at 8, followed by Eyewitness News and American Idol.
And then don't forget to tune in Monday morning for Live with Kelly and Ryan's after the Oscar show at 9. You know, getting back to the big theater concept, you can't watch a movie like that Avatar movie on anything but the biggest screen possible.
That's exactly what I said, but just squeeze it into an hour and a half for me. 3 hours.
The critic has spoken.
A little too long. Do you agree?
No, I mean, I've got my own snacks at home. I'm super, super comfortable. You know, the whole COVID time kind of changed the way I see all of that.
Right.
I have to get dressed up. I have to go. I have to stand in line. I have to go get, you know, and I'd rather stay at home.
In your pajamas.
You have a theater quality.
Maybe not. I mean, I could lay in a chair and watch it on my phone, but I don't have to get up and get in line. That's the point. Here's what's going on outside. We've got beautiful, come on. This is gorgeous out there. Come on. I know we had a little iffy start this morning, but forgive me for that. It's out of the way. 44 degrees right now. This is about as good as it gets temperature-wise. And because the winds picked up a little bit since the last time we saw you, the numbers have come down on the wind chill. So we feel like we're about 39 degrees. And that's kind of what we expected to go through this afternoon. A gusty wind, temperatures holding right near 44 degrees, although Woodhaven's a little bit above it. So is Newark right now. Wrightstown's at about 45 degrees out there. East End of Long Island at about 45. Bridgeport's at 44. So as we watch that wind pick up, those wind chills will drop down a little bit, staying for most of us into the 30s for the rest of the afternoon. That's the feel out there. But at least these skies have nicely opened, and that little patch of clouds that was holding over Long Island is no longer there. Look at all the snow reports. And I found that 4-inch mark. It was Stanhope that came in with it. So we go from this, which is just about 1/10 of an inch of snow in the city, to 1 inch right on the Jersey Shore, to 4 inches in western areas. And we did have a little bit of accumulation in some parts of the Hudson Valley, higher elevations as well. But 44 degrees, that official measure will be about 1/10 of an inch of snow. Gusty winds are what's up for the rest of the afternoon, and you'll feel it. It'll be breezy out there and make those numbers feel a little cooler. We're sticking with 29 degrees as our low temperature start tomorrow, and we're going to about 48 for high temperature. But I think it's fairly breezy throughout that time period. We've got it marked on the 7-day there as a fairly windy 2 days, and still a little breezy on Thursday. Clocks change, and we might get a little wintry mix by the time we head into the weekend.
Okay. It's just like a barely hanging on this winter, you know, whatever this is.
One more, just one more.
Thank you, Sam. Before the break, we want to share this piece from ABC's Localish. Easter is going to be here before you know it. And the folks at the Northport Sweet Shop on Long Island are getting ready by making adorable chocolate bunnies. ABC's Localish reports on a tradition that spans generations.
Watch the full story at localish.com. Sponsored by Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrum.com for details.
Channel 7 Eyewitness News, first at 4. First on the scene.
Eyewitness News reporter live. Steps are being taken.
First to alert you.
I want to get you straight to some video.
First in the hearts of New York. Liz Cho, David Navarro, and Lee Goldberg with your exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Coming up in AccuWeather, a heavy thunderstorm later. Sources tell Eyewitness News that
when you need to know fast,
police have already been
turn first
Dry cleaner here down.
to Channel 7 Eyewitness News, first at 4.
We are following some breaking news this
We
afternoon.
got you.
Finally, if you are a vegan and love candy, here are 2 new options from Hershey. They are a vegan chocolate Hershey bar with almonds and sea salt, and vegan Reese's peanut butter cups. Both products will be made with oats instead of dairy and are designed to taste like chocolate. The Reese's cups will be available nationally this month, and the chocolate bar in April. Hershey is the latest company to offer vegan chocolate options in hopes of attracting more customers.
The Reese's. Calling my name.
There you go.
Try it out.
That's going to do it for this edition of Eyewitness News. I'm David Navarro.
I'm Shirley Nalicat. Now for Sam and the entire team, thank you for watching. Make sure you're back this afternoon for Eyewitness News first at 4. We are always on at ABC7NY. Have a great afternoon.
Time and temperature from TD Bank.